I'm scoping out the scene.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Guard Knicks podcast / Die Hard Knicks podcast, and we call it Guard or Die. I'm your host, Apollo Reed, also with my host, my man Eru. What's going on, Eru? How you doing?
It's good, man. I'm hanging out with the gang, man. This is the gang right here. I'm not just 1, 2. We got 1, 2. We got 3, and we got 4, man. We here to rock.
Gang, right? You know Big bro, how you doing, man? Andre Gillette.
Excellent, bro. How are you?
I'm good. I can't complain.
Oh, man. I can't complain either, man. I'm just chilling.
That's what's up.
Right.
We got my boy Cody Reynolds of part of the I met you in the TFE, the Frozen Envelope group on Facebook. Shout out to them, my people over there. So how you doing, man? Tell me how you been today. I know you're tired. You just got in from playing ball yourself, huh?
Yeah, well, I was training. I wasn't really playing, but
okay.
Yeah.
Always
Good
in
day,
your training tip. That's what's up. That's what's up.
So
today we are here to talk about. Shout out to the chat. What's going on, RBL? He's always in here quick and early. What's going on? So today we're gonna talk about Immanuel Quickley. And what we're gonna expect from him this year, and to be honest with you, I think he kind of flies under the radar because he, was coming off the bench on, for the past 2 years. It's like people don't really have high expectations for him. But I guess it depends on who you talk to. So that's just basically what I'm here, what I got us together here to talk about tonight. So we got some footage of Quickley tonight of some stuff he's been doing this summer, and get a look at him and see if we could get something going. We got some stuff here. Some of this I got from Knicks Fans TV's Instagram. Shout out to them and a few other people. But here we go. We get some Quickley footage in.
Hey, say that one for me.
Being in the gym with players of all different.
My bad. That's the next video. Actually, we might as well play it. I got this from I think I forgot the name of the. It's gonna be up there. Some guy on TikTok. He was talking about Quickley. But
being in the gym with players of all different skill levels. Here's the most important thing I've realized. Now, I'm by no means a skills trainer, but I've been around a lot of good players. How well you shoot the ball from the perimeter and how much of a threat you are on the three-point line will determine how far you can go as a guard. Now, yes, this is just a workout, but Quick is shooting at an extremely high clip, and he's releasing the ball as if he's in game. This isn't something new. Other guys in college and in the NBA are doing this, and what they have in common is the speed that they're training at and the clip that they're shooting at. And that's where I leave you with this. If you want to make it to that level, and you aren't working like this, or shooting at this clip, use it as motivation, because it's time to get in the gym.
So some good footage of Quick getting some work in this summer. So let's get it started.
That boy release looking a lot like Steph Curry's now. Boy, he in trouble now.
Well, like they said, game speed, because he's not playing. He's out there, he like that first clip you saw him pushing the dude with the beard that was really aggressive defensively.
Yeah.
Put the arm on him and pushed him forward, stepped back and shot the three and still made it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So Quickley is getting busy, bro.
He's getting busy. He's learning how to be a little bit more shifty off the dribble. You know what I mean? People, of course, if you look at how he came in, he was more of a push shooter. You know what I mean? So he kind of had to have space for him to make a shot. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people, you know, you could tell like he was a push shooter. It wasn't like he could just pull up on you and make a jump shot, but he started to add that to his game a little bit, and now he's part of, you know, he's added some things to where now he's a little bit more shifty off the dribble, you know, hezzy and pull up right on you kind of thing. So it's good to see, because that's, you know, that's the growth that you really wanted to you know, see from Quickley out here. But Iru, let's start with you. How you feeling about Quickley this year? You know what I mean? What you think he can be, his potential?
Well, I mean, right off the bat, the first time I've seen him as a Knick, you know, is that during the preseason he actually beat out Dennis Smith and stuff. So just so you know, from that context, he's just not afraid. He's one of those guys that, you know, you gotta tell him not to touch the stove, but he's gonna touch it anyway. That type of stuff. The guy you gotta keep beating and stuff, punishing him, and no matter what you do to him, he's still gonna keep coming. Whatever, you just can't. He just has that energy. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that he was always gonna be on his pack because he's always going way too fast for everybody else. But I think now, from what we're seeing, we're starting to see that his strength, you know, his brain for the game, and all his skills are starting to like slow down.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, the game started to slow down for him. Yep.
Yeah, so I think he's ready for the next joint. I think next level.
Dre, how about you? How do you feel about Quick?
I'm excited to see what Quickley is going to bring, because I think we know we know how capable he is as a shooter. I don't know if he's, you know, I don't know if he's going to be a starter this year. You know, we got Brunson. Everybody was saying he should start, but now that we officially have a point guard, I don't know if he's gonna start or anything. But I'm excited to see what he does with that second unit. If it's going to be him and Rose and Obi, I think it's exciting. If his shooting gets any better, I think that he has the potential to be one of the most dangerous shooters in the league. He was already in the top like free throw shooters. He was one of the top percentage wise, and you know, he had some ups and downs last season. And this year, man, I think he could be, if he could go for that 6th man of the year, I think I'd be happy for him. I'd be really excited for him.
Right. I like that. How about you, Cody? Tell me how you feel about Quick.
I mean, first off, he's got to bounce back, because last year was, I mean, a bad year if we compare last year to his first year. I mean, yeah, you can look at the points and say, well, they were relatively the same, but then you look at all the other stats, and he averaged more 3-pointers per game last year, but made less. Averaged more shots per game last year, but made less. I mean, like, all his percentage, I think he went with 39% his rookie year to 35% from 3 last year.
Yeah.
I mean, like, with the improvements that are very obvious, I agree with that. Like, I like how the Ero just pointed out that he's starting to slow down. Like, I seen that last year at the end of the season. Like, he's starting to understand that you don't have to do everything at 100. Like, you can slow down and adjust and watch the game unfold before you and find the easier play.
Right.
But I mean, most importantly, just like I can't think of his name, but just like my boy just said, he's got to be that 6th man of the year type candidate for us. Like, he's not going to start where? I mean, we don't have anywhere to start him.
Right. Exactly.
So I mean, like, which I believe Quickley's built for that. I mean, he's talked about it openly numerous times, how he likes being that spark off the bench. So I mean, if he can embrace that role like a Jamal Crawford did or like a Sean Livingston did, like, that would be huge for us going forward.
Right.
Because I mean, you need a role player. I mean, that's basketball. You actually need about 6 of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, out of your 15 guys, 6 of them got to be just, all right, this is my job. Let me go do my job.
Right.
He'd be a nightmare for any second unit. He'd be a complete nightmare.
He'd be a nightmare. I think the emergence of Quentin Grimes kind of like eliminated any chance of him being a starter, especially now that we got Brunson.
Can I ask a question on that, bro?
What's up?
What emergence do we see from Quentin Grimes?
Well, not emergence, but emergence in
the minds of the coaches,
in the minds of the people who
didn't
want to trade him for. You know, I don't want to get too deep in the Quentin Grimes rabbit hole, because
I don't either, but it's just something that's really been bothering me, because like I see these people all the time talking about, oh, he's showing us so much that it's a lot that he's going to be a star. Like, all what I seen from Quentin Grimes was he struggled to average 6 points a game last year. He struggled to guard anyone in the summer league, but yeah, he's supposed to be a perimeter lockdown. He got 30-something dropped on his head in the first game by a guy that couldn't even step on the floor for Golden State last year. But
Oh, wow. What's his name?
Moses Moody.
Moses Moody. Yeah.
I mean, the kid's talented. Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah,
he
he's
could
good.
barely get on the floor last year for Golden State. And then not only that, like in other games, there was one game in the summer league where he gave up, I think it was 23, and they talking about this dude, his European career. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not even going to be an NBA player. Like everybody knows that he's not good enough to be in the league. But he dropping Grimes off, and at that same time, they talking about how great Grimes' defense was in the exact same game. I'm sitting there like, what are y'all talking about? You know what I mean? Like. It's like y'all are sold to hype this one aspect up when we really haven't seen great defense out of Quentin Grimes. Who have we ever seen him go against and lock up?
That's kind of the frustration that I had during the trade talks, that that he wasn't included because he was seen to be a star, and so told somebody in our front office that he was going to be a star, and you don't want to move him. At this point now, we got to prove it. You guys, the front office has to prove why he was someone that you didn't want to include in trade talks if that's what it took to go get Donovan Mitchell.
Apparently, that's what stopped us from getting Mitchell, was we didn't want to include. The thing that really got me the most was Tom Thibodeau sees Quentin Grimes as a more potential to be a future star than RJ Barrett.
Which is
I mentioned that last show. I mentioned that the last show.
Outrageous.
How you even say that?
Because they put RJ Barrett on the trade block, but they said Q Grimes wasn't, and I said, oh.
I was like, okay.
But like you saying, but like you saying, Cody, I was like, they must have seen something, and like I see the kid could shoot and all of that, but I ain't know what they seen. I ain't know what they see beyond that. Like I'm like, all right.
It's imagination, man. Same thing with the Frank Ntilikina thing. They kept saying that he's going to be like the big time, defensive guy. He's 6'5". Look at the wingspan. Now the dude is not even in the league. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, like, and this is the Quentin Grimes, Cam Reddish, RJ Barrett, Zion. All these dudes came out of high school at the same time. So me being as close as I am with Zion, and I've been around Quentin's game a lot. I don't know him, never met him, but I've seen him play a lot over the last 4 years. When he first went to Kansas, like I ain't gonna lie, I thought he was gonna be a star at Kansas. It kind of surprised me when he got pushed to the bench and then eventually had to transfer out to Houston. That was a great thing for him because at Houston he became that man. Like this is your team now instead of you being one of those guys. But if he don't make that move to Houston, he don't make the league because he never gets recognized, or either he's stuffed at the end of the bench. But back to the original point, like Cam, RJ, Zion, Quentin, all these dudes came out of the same class. 3 of them been in the league now for 3 years, and one been there for 1 year. And if we look at Cam Reddish, who everybody loves to put down, Cam's been a double-figure scorer 3 years in the NBA. But yet Grimes struggled to average 6, and they're the same age. And also, if we're looking at defensive efficiency and defensive rating, Cam's higher. Then we look at body. Cam's 6'9", 6'10", 225 pounds, 220, whatever. We talking about a man that can play. 7'2", 7'3" wingspan, something like that. So we talking about a guy that can play 2 through 4 easily, can handle the ball good enough to play point at times, but we can't find a spot for him.
That's always been my confusion. Like I don't know if it's the coaching or if it's his motor. Like I don't know, because he kind of had the same issue in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at
Atlanta was a logjam though.
Yeah, it was a lot of people there, but I did hear the same kind of like issues with him. Hopefully there were rumors. I'm hoping they were rumors. I'm gonna say there were rumors, allegedly. He was getting into it with like coaching staff, especially about playing time and believing that he deserved it and he wasn't getting it. So, I don't know how much of that is true versus, him just actually not having the opportunity to play there. And now look at it here, it's just kind of here in the same kind of situation.
He's kind of in the same boat though, because you're talking about Fournier. A lot of people don't want to see Fournier on the Knicks anymore, but he's on the team. Right. So it's gonna be hard to push a guy that's been in the league for like 10 years and he has a proven skill set, to push him out, just to give, Cam Reddish a go.
Making $19 million.
Yeah, also making the money too.
Fournier ain't no chump, man. That boy can ball. Like, and that's
I don't mind him off the bench, man.
He needs to come off the bench.
Yeah, I don't mind him off the bench, for that reason.
It's just $19 million for you got to come off the bench.
Right.
He can't defend, but he was like the best shooter. They said the Knicks had, like, historically, he was one of the best shooters last season.
Fourth in the league.
That's
right.
Yeah,
I mean, you can say, oh, well, it's the Knicks. They ain't never had no shooter like that. All right, cool. Now explain to me why he's top 5 in the league then.
Right.
Exactly.
And barely that. He was almost top 3. So, I mean, like, we talking, I think it's less than 10 threes from him being top 3. And he missed a couple of games because of COVID. So, I mean, like, imagine if he don't miss those games, he might be a top 2 shooter in the league. And then what? How we gonna knock that?
He was
frustrating to watch at some time. You know, sometimes he
on the
was
defensive side.
But defensively, you know what I mean?
It's a completely new role for him.
Yeah.
He's never had that small of a usage rate in his entire career. He's never been a pick and pop player.
True. Yeah. Very true. Very true.
And
which is why I think him being a 6th man for us would actually work for him. Or coming up.
That's his role.
Because he can have the ball as much as he wants in the J.R. Smith kind of role. You know what I'm saying? I think that fits perfectly for him.
You got to look at the way that he plays the game. The way that France was playing him, they had him going on a lot of pick and rolls, with him going actually not picking pops or anything like that. It was him actually pick and going to the basket. A lot of times he was taking guys straight to the basket and dunking. And he did that a lot during this FIBA tournament and stuff. Right. But it's like he did it so much that you forget that he was doing that his whole career in Orlando. So now with the Knicks,
I'm pulling his stats right now.
Yeah.
So I mean,
this go ahead, Jay.
Just a quick question. How does the second unit lineup look? We got D Rose, Quickley, and then we have Fournier. If that's how the lineup ends up being,
it's gonna have to be Fournier. They're not gonna push
who
Fournier out. I
mean, I want Cam to start, but I think that Grimes will. I want it to be Cam, but
if Cam earns that starting position, that says a lot. And then that changes actually. Dangerous. If Coach can trust him for some reason, something happened this summer, and Coach can trust him as a starter, that changes everything about how I view this team. You know what I mean? Because if now you can trust Cam Reddish to be your starter, and you have RJ at the 2/3 with Cam Reddish, how can you argue against the fact that they have a higher potential than we thought they did?
And
what's the role? What role are these guys playing though? That's the thing too. Because I mean, you can have a starting 5, but once you start running the offense and stuff like that, not everybody can have the ball. Not everybody could be a 20-point-a-game scorer. There's going to have to fit some kind of role.
Yeah,
Brunson's got to be our facilitator / playmaker, main ball handler guy. It's got to be Brunson.
He has the highest IQ on the team. Yes,
man. He's a genius. Like, I understand that he don't have the talent necessarily to match a lot of other top point guards in the league, but the height's got a lot to do with it. But I mean, like, he's not the fastest, and being a point guard in the NBA, you've got to have that shifty quickness. I mean, basically to be able to explode and take that first step. But intelligence-wise, there's nobody on our team coming close to Brunson. So he's got to be the leader with the ball. RJ's got to be the leader of the team, but Brunson's got to be our floor general. I mean, be what you just got paid $104 million to do.
Without a doubt. And especially because, you know, if it's not in his hands, we know who's going to end up with the ball name.
But I mean,
it can't. We got to do something about that this year.
Yeah, that's my whole thing. If Julius is in there, but it seems like that's Tibbs' guy. And I just think that all of this about these lineups is all about how Tibbs is going to react quickly.
Well,
minutes, Tibbs.
One thing I'll say about Julius is if he can come back and prove that he can be part of a team and accept whatever role that this team needs him to be, I'm cool with it. I don't hate Julius Randle. I don't dislike him as a person. You know, I know you don't. Cody doesn't like him.
But he got a clean slate with me for this year, though. I'll give him that.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Because especially you look at the shape he's in this summer. He's working. You know, I got a video here of him working on some stuff this summer.
His ball handling he's working on.
Yeah, of course, right? I'm like, I don't want to see none of that. I want to see that.
Work on that right hand, bro. Make a right hand.
They don't have any passing.
What's the role that you want Julius Randle to be in? Because now you're talking about, okay, everybody agrees that Brunson's the point guard. He should be the guy leading
in the post.
But do we really want him in the post? Because I got a stat for you that's gonna blow your mind.
Oh shit!
89% of the league is a better post-up scorer than Julius Randle last season. That is a fact.
Julius Randle get in the post last year. We never put him in the post and say, here, go post up. Everything is really like high screen and him facing up.
The amount of it, in my opinion, doesn't matter. It's the fact that hold on, let me actually pull this real quick so I have what I'm talking about. Can y'all still see me when I do this?
No.
All right. Well, I'm still here. I got to get into my albums though. but I just don't want to get it wrong. If I'm gonna say something, I want to make sure I'm telling y'all the truth.
Right.
So a guy like Julius Randle, like, so nobody wants Julius Randle to have the ball. So I mean, outside of Brunson, somebody else has got to dribble. Okay, if everybody wants RJ to have a higher role, then what does Julius Randle do? Is Julius Randle going to be the guy standing in the corner waiting to get a corner jump shot and stuff
He got to move around. He got to do what Obi do. He got to move it up.
Yeah, he got to run the
Yeah,
offense.
it's off ball. If he can add a little bit of like more off ball creation and moving around and movement, just movement.
Go after those rebounds. He's shooting, stand there. Other people shooting. He be running away. Go get. You the one got to get the rebound.
Yeah.
Actually play basketball.
Yeah, play some ball. He out there like a diva. Like he ain't got to work. That's the only thing I like about Julius. As strong as he is, as much as he can score double. He's like the double guy. Every night he get a double and still have a bad game. But he could be so much better. Like sometimes he could get more rebounds. He's out there running away, out there arguing with refs, arguing with his teammates.
But if the guy's averaging 20 and 10, if he's averaging over 20 and getting like 10 to 12 rebounds, how much more rebounds can he possibly get?
15, I mean, but it's how he's getting those rebounds.
Yeah, exactly.
He's boxing out his own teammates.
Yeah, he's got to go in there and just like his attitude has to shift. He's got to be like a team player. He thinks the team is his.
Can you run
that because who else are you going to give the ball to besides Julius Randle? Currently, before Brunson and whatever, who else is going to get it? It was either him and RJ.
They apparently they made it's RJ's team, like you just said. They paid him like
RJ's team all the way from January to the end of the season last year. He averaged 25 points a game.
I gotta see,
and that's why Randle had all those problems.
I need to see
We've
how
already
that looks.
seen it.
No. I need to see now going into this year how Julius Randle can accept that, because if he can accept that, then maybe there's more potential. I'm not sure how.
He can either accept it or he can sit his ass down just like he did the last 5 games of the season last year. Because that's why that quad injury that had him sitting out of the season, man, he wasn't hurt. Let's be honest. Maybe his ego or pride.
We all know that.
But, I mean, he went to, from what I've been told, and I'll even name drop him, TJ Klein, he works for the Knicks. He is the one that directly told me numerous times about Randle walking out of practice over running sets for RJ, which that's also been reported by other people now, too. But, I mean, like, at the end of the season last year, Randle went to Tibbs and told him, like, if you're not going to let me play my game, I don't want to play at all. So he set the final 5 games of the season out.
Well, I mean, if that's the truth, then why is he here? Because if he's doing that,
that's nobody wants him. We shopped him to Lakers, we shopped him to everybody that would possibly pick up the phone for us. Nobody wants Randle. Like, that's not a me disliking Randle and just saying that. Like, it is the truth. Let's look at how he left New Orleans. New Orleans had a chance to have him on a 3-year deal, slightly under $7 million a year, and they wouldn't even give it to him. They wouldn't offer it to him. They just told him, all right, go. The Lakers, they could have gave him the QFO and owned his rights. In a point, too, where we're talking about the Lakers being absolute garbage, would you not want to keep every possible player you could to trade away to get value back for your team? They just said, no, like, you've been so bad for us and so bad for our locker room. We just don't want you here no more. Go somewhere else. Didn't even offer him his QFO.
I mean, that's a big. I mean, I agree with some of that stuff. You know, of course, it's true because you know you're pointing that's what's happening. But at the same time, the dude is on our team, so you know we have to figure out something. We can't disregard him just because of those things. We have to figure it out as a franchise. Like, how are we going to get him implemented?
That's not why we.
That's a coaching thing. Again, it's a coaching thing.
Because here's another thing with the Quentin Grimes. A lot of people want him to start. A lot of people want Cam Reddish to start. But at the same time, regardless of what Julius Randle has done attitude-wise, the dude still shouldn't be benched for those guys. You know, but that's how people are talking. They want Obi to start over him. They want some of these other guys to start over him. I don't think that's the right mentality.
But it's proven fact that we are better with Randle's not playing. Like, that's not an opinion. That is a proven fact. We're better when he's off the floor. Offensively, defensively, and it's not like a small margin. We're talking about like double figures as far as like the point totals per 100 possession on offense. And then on defense, it's drastic. I mean, it's way bigger than that, even the difference. I mean, like, it's not – I will openly admit I do not like Randle as a person, as a player, none of that. I just have no – I don't. You know what I'm saying? But I never will let my opinion of a person alter or dictate the way I look at basketball. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, this game has been my life, and I love this game with everything that I am. So with that, I'm always going to give it the respect that it deserves. My personal feelings mean nothing when I talk about basketball. Randall has been nothing but a cancer for us since he won MIP. That like hyped
MVP.
his ego up so much. MIP.
Nah, MIP, most
It
important.
might be, yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right.
He ain't want no damn
What am I
MVP.
talking about anyway, right?
Yeah,
But-
hey.
Don't do
But I
this.
mean, since he won that and then came out with that interview talking about I need to be viewed and treated as LeBron and KD and all these other dudes, like, bro, how? Why?
I just said cut his mic off.
Yeah. And then the first game of the season, he coming out yelling at our fans, give me my fucking respect. How did we not? We were all for him in his season. Even me, I've disliked him since before he came to the Knicks, but I still gave him his flowers when, you know what I'm saying, he got that season because he did. He earned it. He balled out. He did his thing. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I got to respect it even if I don't like it. Like, I still have to. I got to give him credit where it's due. He don't deserve it anymore.
At the end of the day, that's a coaching thing. It's still
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's to me, I don't know how you handle that kind of situation, and I think that's probably why it's been so difficult for them. You know, like you got a coach who you
that's
have
a challenge for the coach.
You got to deal with this guy. You know what I mean? It's no secret. Like people get upset when we talk about it. Like it's no secret that it's been an issue. Like this their entire season. Like none of this played out under like behind closed doors. Like this was out in the open, and of course it's the Knicks, so it gets blown up even more. So it's not like we're just making up shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, I mean, listen, we're supposed to be talking about Quickley, but I mean, before we even get to Quickley, Quickley's the sixth man. You know, Julius Randle, we don't even know what to do with that.
Right, exactly, and that's the sad part is that's just like KD this summer when he requested the trade. Everything went on hold. Nobody knew what to do because they were waiting to see what happened with KD. Everything went on hold. It's the same exact situation with Randle. If you don't figure out what's going on with the Randle situation, if either you're going to trade him or he's going to accept his role. Those are the only two options.
I just think that it seems like I said before, the front office seemed like they made a bunch of moves where they don't care how Thibodeau feels about it. They got a point guard that's shorter than what Thibodeau favors.
Mm-hmm.
They got rid of the older guys. They got rid of a bunch of older guys. They gave him a bunch of young guys that he got to figure out. So I'm looking forward to what he's going to do. Instead of putting Burks in there, I want to see what that play is going to be.
Right.
That he figures is the guy that we need. How many minutes he's going to give to Randle? If, like you said, you know, the second unit was better or the team is better without him on the floor. Statistically, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? So we have to see how Thibodeau manages that. And I'm always go back to that because I believe that the coach is the big deal in this situation. When we got a bunch of young guys, you got a guy who only wants the older guys and proven guys. He's trying to grab guys that he's played with 3-4 years ago and everything like that. So I think that's a coaching thing. This whole Quickley thing is a coaching thing. If he gets these minutes, you know what I'm saying? We got to. Like I said, I'm looking forward because I believe in Quickley. You know, it all depends. Like, Tibbs won't give him no minutes. You know, if it's like that kind of thing. You know what I mean? It's kind of scary to see.
So what do you do off the bench? You got Quentin Grimes that's coming off the bench. You got Quickley, but everyone forgets about Derrick Rose. So what happens with that now?
Right,
how do you get that rotation going? Who plays and who doesn't play? Because not everybody's going to play.
There's still too many people for coach to figure out how to play. We know he's not going to play 11 guys. That's number one. He's not playing 11 people. I don't care. I mean, unless there's a blowout every single game, that's the only way you're going to see 11 different guys on the court. So I don't know how he's going to work that out. I'm sure clearly the starter is going to be, of course, Jalen Brunson, one of either Evan Fournier or Quentin Grimes. Then you have, of course, RJ, Mitch, and Julius. And then off the bench, Rose is still there. You still got Quickley. And I mean, it's a battle at that point between Grimes and Cam Reddish. And then you got OB, and then you got Hartenstein. And you still got what's my guy? Jericho Sims back there. You still got Deuce McBride back there.
Did you say Fournier? Because nobody wants Fournier to start. He's going to be coming up.
No. I mentioned him. He was one of the swapping for the start.
My only knock on Fournier again is his defense.
It's his defense. You know what I mean?
His motor too. I mean, at times it looks like he just don't even care if he's there or not. But can I respond to somebody in the chat real quick before we?
I was just going to say, I bet who on Sherwin.
Yeah, I just want to answer his question. Yeah, I've been to numerous Knicks games, like yearly. I've been to tons of them. But the point, and I haven't been to the Garden though. So, or at least I haven't been to the Garden and with Randall playing. But anyway, the way Knicks fans disrespect every player is
Everybody,
shameful. So I mean,
everybody.
like, it's
Them
that's
dudes
not
is out of
something that
control.
I can look at and say, "Oh, I'll poor Randall." Like, nah,
Right.
bro. Like that happens in every single city, and it's not just Knicks fans. Like it happens
Nah.
to everybody. Like I've been to last season alone. I went to Nets games, Hawks games, a ton of Hornets games just because of how close I am there. Which in that case, I seen the Lakers play last year. I seen a bunch of teams, but regardless of that, the point that I'm trying to make is every single team is going to attack players. That happened in college, that happened in high school, that happened in AAU. It's happened their entire lives. If a fan talking, regardless of what is said, can get you out of your game, you're not a professional. Period. Like you are paid to play this game. Zion Williamson gets death threats on a regular basis just because he hasn't played last year, and that man wanted to play last year.
Crazy.
So, like, miss me with that. They're talking. Unless they put their hands on them, man, shut up. Like, and okay, he mentions if they talk shit about your wife and son, what will you do? Okay, well, let me go ahead and answer that because my wife and son's been at a game while I was on the court and fans are talking shit. I'm going to play my game. I'm going to bust the team that they cheering for his ass. And if they're cheering for the same team that I'm on, so be it. Now they're going to get the benefit from me busting ass. So, I mean, like, you use that to motivate you to play better. You don't use that to cower down and be some chump that decides to talk back to fans. Oh, fuck the fans, shut the fuck up, all this shit. Like, man up, do it with your play because that's what you're getting paid $29 million a year on average to do. Like, that is so soft and sensitive to make excuses for people talking trash to a grown man.
He's definitely not the first or will be the last.
Yeah, it happens to everybody, man. Miss
in
me
New
with
York,
that.
in the Garden.
It's
Everybody.
New York. You can't even walk down the street without somebody talking shit to you.
They booed Melo. They booed Pat. They booed.
I was gonna say because I got a story like Big Mike said. He's highly skilled, but his basketball IQ is low, and crunch time mentality is weak. And I really agree with that. But I remember going to a game. I got tickets with a friend of mine. He had tickets from a client of his, so we were like four rows behind James Dolan. And there's certain type, there's different type of people that sit in them seats. There's a lot of these people that sit close are privileged. And this is when Carmelo was playing, and the shit they were saying to that dude, like, we pay your salary. Get the fuck out. I'm looking at this dude like, bro, like you acting like Carmelo worked for you. Like and they just saying and they outrageous. You know what I mean? And if you look at historically what fans do, the malice at the palace all started because of what the fans are doing, throwing stuff at guys. You know what I'm saying? Like how you handle it is how you handle it. Now, if you got like a knucklehead out here running around and he giving thumbs, that's why it's whack. Because that's happening everywhere, every team, every city. Yeah. If he were to go to Boston, it'd be worse. You know what I'm saying? There's like a bunch of cities he could go to where like these fans could break you if you let them break you.
Take it to different eras too. You can take it back to the 40s and 50s. Imagine what they were saying to players back in those days.
Forget about it. Now they getting kicked out for something they say if they catch them.
Yeah, so this is not nothing new for him to get heckled by people in the crowd for it to like take you out of your square. For when you cursing out fans and spit coming out your mouth. Man, let's get it.
Yeah, that's aside from the game. He let himself get distracted in the game at the moment he's supposed to be focused the most. Right. So that's
after he scored. He scored.
Yeah. Right. And then like your fan.
That one game he was pouting and we were winning. We were winning by 5 and he was on the sideline pouting and shit. It's like
so that's like one of those things where somebody's got to. But what I do like in Randall's defense. For the off season, because I always say this, sometimes dudes get a chance to regroup and get a chance to go in there and train. You look like Randall, look like he lost weight, look like he's serious about getting back in there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He said it doesn't happen at your home court, not like the way.
Yes, it does. Like this
it happens. That's why I saw it. Like
I can't even acknowledge him anymore, man. He just flat out don't
know.
New York
fans are like some of we're the toughest fans. Because I was at the game teasing Randall at one of we game last night. I said I smell a spin move. Sure enough, he did a spin move and lost the
ball. Man, exactly, bro. Like,
you know what I mean? His game is real easy to call it. But going, again, this is how, like, when we talk about with Phil Jackson when he was coaching and being the Zen master and managing all these personalities and all of that kind of stuff. Any great coach really has to manage more than just the X's and O's. the personalities of these players and getting them
what
bored
Sharon
in.
was saying? See what
He
Sharon's saying
wants
about
Randall to slap the taste out of one of these.
Listen,
fans.
That would be fun, but then
there's
imagine.
only one run. There's only one run our test. All right.
listen,
Man,
yo,
like
Randall
dude
was
don't
just
even
in the
make
Bronx.
sense. Like there, all right, there's a difference in being a Knicks fan and a Randall fan. This dude is clearly a Randall fan.
Right.
Like you cannot, in any circumstance, let what a person says dictate what you're doing on the court. Like you just can't. That's mentally weak.
Right.
Like
When it comes to slapping him like fans in the face, he was just in the Bronx at 149th over there playing in what was it, a Hostess University? There was fans there. There was fans that hate Randall to that degree. Why don't you pull up to the spot and slap him in his face? He's right there.
Yeah, they were.
But this is what that was my point.
Tough, man.
That was my point about the thing about it. Those fans that he was playing with in the Bronx ain't gonna be the fans that he could hear that's close to the seats. This is what I'm saying.
No.
Fans that sit close to the.
No, it's different.
Those are different type of fans. I'm
Type
telling
of
you,
fans.
like to all the fans that
Those
love
are the
him and all that,
entitled
they further
fans.
out. He can't hear them.
Yeah, the entitled fans is the ones he don't.
The entitled fans is up there, and they talking a lot of shit, bro. And they pay these tickets, and they got these season tickets, and they feel like they could say certain things because they just like you see some of these guys getting pushed by fans.
Now that's too much.
They
don't put your hands on nobody.
Huh?
Yeah, that's too much. Talking, okay. Don't put your hands on me. Don't throw no shit at me. Like that changes shit. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I feel that part. But words, bro, like words, really.
Yeah, words ain't going.
Yeah, it's got to be. Yeah, you kind of got to. And I feel like he let that be an excuse. But I kind of want to move on.
Yeah. I don't want to. Let's. Well, Cody did send me something real quick. Let's just get it out of the way so that we can get off the Randall topic. I really don't want. This show is supposed to be about Immanuel Quickley, but.
Now Sherman started. He started trouble. He on the computer like this.
That's what Sherman does. Sherman throws a bomb into the room.
Stop this motherfucker. Slap the taste. I want to see it. Randall be suspended for 5 to 10 games.
He smack a fan. He ain't playing the rest of the season.
He ain't be playing for a good while.
So this is the video that Cody sent me just a few minutes ago.
He's shooting 34% from mid, still shooting shots like this.
That's a bad shot.
Randall wasn't particularly good at posting up last season, getting 0.93 points per possession, and was in the 46th percentile. This season, he's even worse, 0.69 points per possession, and in the 11th percentile in the league, which means over 90% of the league is better than him from the post. Man is ass.
That's so funny, man.
Let me say that.
That is not my footage, by the way. Just want you to know.
Let me say that.
I know you didn't make it either. I don't know who that guy was, but
so check this out.
Actually, a pretty big podcast, dude. My bad. Go ahead, Joy.
But my point was with Randall. What did I say last year, the cap, that I can't stand about Randall? He's not dunking the ball.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
he's not going after the basket. He's out there trying to take mid-shot jumpers.
Yeah, but
he'll get the paint and dunk on somebody.
He's technically not even in the post. He's like a foot away from the three-pointer.
But this is what I'm saying. So now, again, what does that go back to?
Yeah,
that is accurate.
Like, hey, this is how. Like, I get you your strengths of your game, but if you got Brunson and we got all these guys that it seem like the front office, the way they want this team to be to go, it just seems like it's different than with Thibodeau. And I just think Thibodeau's going to be in the hot seat. That dude ain't over. He trying to be Carmelo.
Listen, I don't. Half of it is what Thibodeau is allowing to happen. So I don't want to put too much on Julius Randle. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, we're going into 3 years of Tibbs as our coach, and if we don't see anything different, then we know it's not on Randle. It can't be on Randle because there has to be just like Dre.
Yo,
first game, the first home game last that we saw last year. What did you see? What did you see?
When Kemba walked up the ball, walked it past half court. You saw coach was like, give it to Randall. He was like, I was looking at him like, why is he giving it to Randall at the top of the key? He just crossed half court. What's Randall supposed to be doing? So what Kemba do? Forget about that. All right, Randall got the ball at the top of the key. Where's Kemba going?
Yeah. Right. Is that foreshadowing on what? Because I mean, if we do the same thing with Brunson there instead of Kemba Walker,
he's out of there.
I'm not gonna lie, I saw it happen in the Pro City game.
Nope, no shit, man. Yes, absolutely.
It did happen in that Pro-Am game.
I saw it happen in the Pro City. In the Pro City, the Pro-Am game that they played, where it was Brunson, Julius and Obi. I saw it happening. The same thing. It says same thing happened in the Pro City game.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Stopped at half court, started
And,
throwing his hands up, calling.
No, he I
Crying.
think Brunson got the ball, and I think he Julius was like, "Give me the ball." He brought the ball up. Like,
all that stuff.
He's already. It's like he's already training him.
I would love to be a GM, and the coach talk about give it that. I'm like, no, nope, give it back to Brunson.
Look what our GM did. They traded all the old guys and got rid of it. Said, "Listen, man, this is what we want you to do. You have no choice now.
This is what you coaching right here. Make it work."
That is honestly what they did too.
Yeah. See what?
That is exactly that was their reasoning for what they did too, was to force Tibbs' hand.
Yeah,
that's the reason. Because nobody, to be honest, there was a bunch of people in the Knicks staff that did not want to get rid of Burks, but they felt they did not have a choice if they wanted to see Brunson play at his full potential.
Yeah.
But to go even further into the Randall and Kemba stuff, like, it gets very deep because in Game 6 last year, it might have been it was definitely Game 6 because we were 5-1. So Game 7 actually. Kemba was dribbling the ball up court. Randall was right on the other side of half court, like on our side of it. He was calling for the ball, clapping for it, whatever. Tibbs legit throws his hands up in the air and yells, "Fuck it, just give the ball to Julius." You know what I'm saying? And like that raised questions for me. And you can go back and watch the game. Like I've got every game from last season still, like film of it somewhere. But anyway, like after that game, like I said, we were 5-1 at that point. I think we were 11-11 when we benched Kemba. But after that game is when Randall started bringing the ball back up court again. And we went from 5-1 on a mean losing streak. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that all signs point to exactly what the problem was. It was Randall and his ego being the problem. But again, like Cap said, can we blame Randall when Tibbs allows it to happen over and over and over again? And then signs off on it.
It's a coaching problem.
Yeah.
We call a timeout, we go right back to it. You would think after a timeout, say, "Listen, this is not working." He said, "Nah, he wants to call a timeout so we can go back to the BS."
I just hope. I'm sorry.
There's no way a coach like Popovich would be using Julius like that. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, Popovich wouldn't be using Julius, period. That's why he plays for the Knicks.
Right.
No doubt about that.
But that's what happens with the Knicks. You get like for example, we got Fournier starting. He ain't starting. What team is Fournier starting on?
None of them.
The Magic.
Right.
No, he didn't either.
He didn't even start for them, right?
Nah, I got the stats right here. I'm about to pull it. He did a couple of seasons, but he wasn't like, this is our go-to starter. All right, Orlando. All right, well, first off, he started in Denver. 38 games, 4 starts. Second year in Denver, 76 games, 4 starts. First year in Orlando, 58 games, 32 starts. 28 minutes a game, though. Second year in Orlando, 79 games, 71 starts, then 68, 66. And then he started every single game in 2017-18, every single game in 18-19, every game in 19-20. He started all but 6 before he got traded from Orlando to Boston, and then he started 10 of 16 in Boston where he shot 46%
That's why they couldn't get rid of him.
from 3.
That's why they couldn't get rid of him because he got too many. He get paid too much to have him coming off the bench. They're gonna be like, how are we gonna have this dude third string knocking down threes in situation?
In Orlando, he averaged
19 million a year,
17, 3 and 3 during that time period too when he was starting for Orlando.
Yeah, I mean, he was dominating. It was 13, 3 and 3, but he shot 46% from 3. I mean, that's 46%, bro. Like, that's huge.
Yeah. So, and you know, just to circle back if we can, because I think 90% of the podcast was about everybody but Quickley.
But I mean, we can't even get to Quickley.
Nah, that's not your fault. That's everybody's fault.
Quickly's going to be a bench player, man. But we can't even get to the bench until we,
right.
I mean, he's right. We got to go from the top to the bottom.
So if we can go back to the bottom now to the bench guys, is like what role is Quickley going to be in? Is he going to be the new Alec Burks? The all-purpose guard coming off the bench.
He should.
That's another thing that we need to talk about with Quickley. His defense took a huge step back last year.
I think he started focusing too much on the offense. I do think he has potential defensively because of his size. His arms are long as hell.
I think he's our best defender, perimeter. Him or RJ.
Yeah, and he gets in the passing lanes. He gets a lot of those steals. So I think Quickley can bring a lot to us off the bench. You know what I mean? And sometimes depending on who is out in the starting starting unit. You can bring Quickley in and start just like he did last year for a few games here there. I think I would rather see that instead of Rose. I would like to see Rose to continue to head the second unit, especially if you're gonna have Obi in the second unit. Him and Obi's connection in the second unit was really, really good when Rose was there. And that took a dip. Obi's game took a dip after Rose was out, and until he started to get acclimated with the guys a little bit more.
Yeah.
But
I want to see Rose leading the second unit, but I might disagree with this. I know a ton of Knicks fans will. I want to see him leading the second unit on another team. Rose deserves the opportunity to play for a championship.
A championship, yeah. I wouldn't be mad at that at all.
Yeah. I mean, now if we just dump him to a shitty team, then Rose requested it back in May or June, something like that. That he wasn't going to request a trade, but if the opportunity presented itself for him to move to a contender or Chicago, that he would welcome it. Is what he told the Knicks.
Yeah, he's a gentleman. He's not gonna like.
Yeah, I don't even think he's thinking about it that deep.
I think he really.
That's why I can hear him say, "I just want to hoop."
I think he likes these guys. I think he's embracing the role he has on his team. But
he's a father figure to him. If we're being honest, some of these guys he really is.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these guys grew up watching him. You know what I mean? Let's be honest. A lot of those guys.
Rose was like my favorite.
Most of the team, it's actually everybody on this team outside of Julius kind of grew up watching him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, even Julius did. So, I'm sure his name and his presence means a lot to that locker room.
He's been in the league a long time, man. So I mean, these guys really grew up with this guy.
When did he come in? 2009, 2008?
8, I believe it was right before Steph Curry, or right after.
I think he came in right after Steph. I think he's a little bit younger than Steph. 2010 was the year he won Rookie of the Year, right?
So
that's, yeah.
I'm pulling it right now. I'm pulling it up.
09 on 10. Wait. When did Steph Curry get drafted? 09, right?
I don't remember. I mean, Steph should have been 08 because me and Steph came out of high school the same year in 05. So he should, and he played 3 years at Davidson, so he should have been 08. Man, that dude right there gave me so many buckets. I don't even want to talk about it.
I mean, he's gay. I'm not
2008. Derrick Rose got drafted 2008.
Okay, so it was 2008.
On April 2008 doesn't seem like it's that long ago, but that was a long time ago.
Yeah, that's 14 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he made his debut October 28, 2008. 13 years in the league.
Yeah, I mean, I got a lot of love for Rose. I think he played a good role for this team, but I think our direction is not going to be good for Rose. I think Rose, his window's a little bit shorter, and he should go with a team that could win a championship or something, getting in the deep in the playoffs kind of thing.
Rose already said that this is probably his last contract. He said that right when he first signed it, that he could see this being his last contract.
See what I'm saying? I don't
even think he cared. Like, listen.
Oh, he cares. He's got that fire. What really drives me to believe? Well, I mean, for one, he said it, so like I know that he wants it because he's already he's talked about it. But what makes me think he wants it that bad is he's always felt like he was the reason Memphis didn't win that national championship when they blew that huge lead to Mario Chalmers in Kansas in the NCAA tournament. And it was Rose's fault. He could not buy a free throw that game. I mean, I can't remember, but he missed I think it was 6 out of 10 free throws in the final 40-something seconds of the game and let him come back from double figures to take it into overtime. And eventually Mario Chalmers hit the game winner in his eyes. So, ever since then, Rose has had this, burning desire to get a chance at a championship. So, that is why I believe that – because I do agree. He just wants to hoop. That is Rose's mentality. He feels like he's fortunate to even be able to after what he went through. But, just wanting to hoop is cool and all that. But when you've been an MVP – no, he won MVP, youngest player in NBA history to win it. I think he's still the youngest player to ever win it. I don't think that's been broken. No. But then he's made all these all-star teams. He's did all these incredible things. The one thing he don't have is that ring on any level. You know what I'm saying? High school, college, NBA. He wants it. Who don't? Right. Shit, if I got an offer right now, as bad a shape as I'm in, if I thought I could go to a contender and win a ring, I'm lacing up. I mean,
exactly.
Any hooper would.
So I see it in the chat. I'm just checking the chat. Shout out to the chat. Y'all are killing it right now. Trav said Brunson, Quickley, RJ, Randall, Mitch, book that starting lineup. So, you know what I mean? That's kind of what I was going to try to get around to towards the end of the episode anyway, was how can Quickley crack the starting lineup? What can he do?
Nothing.
That'll make you prove that, that'll prove to you that he's someone that could be in the starting lineup.
Well,
Nothing. There's probably too many firepower if he's in the starting lineup.
You said what?
Probably too much firepower if he's in the starting lineup.
Well, if he's in the starting lineup, from what Cody was saying, like, with Rose probably needing a trade, that means that we made a trade some kind of way, and then we released some of this glut that we have, and that push Quickley into the starting lineup. That's kind of.
I mean, we're gonna make a trade. There ain't no doubt about that. I mean, it's just a matter of who, when, and what we're gonna give up. But we can't keep all the picks. We can't use all the players. Like, we got to do something. So I mean, at some point, there's going to be a trade. One dude in here says send Randall to Sacramento. That would be great, except Sacramento said hell no to that last year and chose the bonus instead.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we tried like Randall. Oh no! I thought you were saying
we get on that. That's like the Lakers. The Lakers was all for dumping Westbrook. We'll dump him. Whoever's willing to take him, we'll take whatever you got. We just want that contract off our books. Knicks call, hey, we'll give you Randall and Fournier. Oh no, we good.
No. I'm good. Remember that cat? I'm good. I'm good.
I'm good. Shout out to the chat. Tony Crow in the building. Your Black is time. What's going on? He says, "God to die with bruises." I don't know. Sound dope to me. Let's do it, man. You already know. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for
hairline.
What hairline? Me and Fournier are competing for hairlines right now.
Tony, oh yeah, you was talking about the Iron Man hairline.
No, don't take that hat off, bro. Leave that.
All right.
Yeah,
You're gonna be like LL Cool J.
Yo, Tony,
never seen without a cap on.
We was talking last show, and I think Eru had pointed out, he had beat you in the game, beat you in ball or something like that. What happened?
Well, technically, I didn't beat him. He beat me because
you ain't mentioned that.
He beat me because I gave up though. I
gave up.
Man. I feel like
what we talk about the fantasy team.
No. Tony Crow. He actually played in 1-on-1. He said.
Yeah, we played 1-on-1. Well, Cody don't know what's going on, man. We on Nothing But Knicks. We had like a get together. We went to Atlantic City, so we actually played like it was a main event between Simeon Russell and what's the name, Isaiah. They were gonna play 1-on-1, but we needed like a co-event. So I just said, okay, fuck it, I'll play. But I haven't played forever, and I'm the worst shape I've ever been in my life right now. I still played, you know what I'm saying? But I lost because I gave up because my heart. I don't know if it was my heart was stopping or I don't know what was happening, man. Something was going inside me. My kidneys were failing. I don't know what the hell was happening, man. But I gave up.
Yeah, I'd have gave up. My kidneys started failing too.
I was up 7-2, and I just gave up.
Oh man, nah, yeah, I feel you. I'm at the stage now when like losing a game is like you kind of like, yo, it's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jordan, our nephew, he beat me for the first time last summer, and he will not stop talking about it. You know what I mean? Like he said, yeah, I told you I was gonna beat you, and ever since I'm like, bro, first of all, I had no lungs. That was it. And the only reason why he beat me is I started taking threes. It was a long rebound. He was standing at the three, and I'm not running out there. I'm getting the rebound. And he was making them. So he beat me. So I was like, all right, when I get my lungs back.
He was making them on you?
Listen, I can't wait. He's hyped now, and I've been back on my game, so it's over, man. But anyway.
He sound like Cat when I let him beat me when he turned 18. Remember that?
You did not. First of all,
I'll let you have that. Let the legend show.
I beat you, and you ain't never beat me since. Yo,
let's go back to it.
Not even close.
I need to respond to another comment.
What's up?
It's not that we want Rose, or it's not that I want Rose off the team, Trad B. Ryan, whoever that is. I want Rose to be in a situation that is good for him. At some point, like, we got to acknowledge the fact that, I mean, these guys are people too. Like, if he can win a ring, let him win a ring. He ain't going to get one in New York, not before he retires at least. I mean, do what's best for the player. Life's bigger than having a guy sitting on our bench that is only going to get 20 minutes a game.
I'm just excited to see. I'm not excited. I'm looking forward to seeing what Tibbs does, because I think a lot of that will determine
who's getting the minutes, who's getting the time, what situation they playing, like who's starting. Because I don't know if Q Grimes deserves that starting spot over somebody like Quickley.
Right.
I don't know that. You know what I'm saying? And if you do start Grimes, it's got to show
immediately.
You know what I'm saying? Except.
And if you do start him,
that second unit, because that second unit was better than the starting unit last year, in a lot of situations.
Starting Grimes right now would be too soon, because if we make him a starter to start the season and it doesn't work out and we have to bench him, think about how detrimental that's going to be to him.
Right.
Where if we can let him work himself in and earn that starting spot, it will be better for him in the long run, because he's not the best player we have at two guard right now. He's not better than Fournier. He's not.
Right.
I mean, like, he's a better defender, I guess. That's what they say, at least. But again,
everybody's a better defender.
See, this is
but have we actually seen it?
My only thing is, the only reason why my bid in for him, for Grimes to be the starter at the 2 right now, is because of the fact that he does have defensive upside. He hasn't proved to me that he's not a lockdown defender or anything like that. I'm just going off of the fact that Brunson is our starter and he's 6'1", and he's not a bad defender, but he's undersized. So we're gonna have to have someone to make up for that. And to have Brunson and Fournier in your starting lineup is going to be terrible defensively. And and it's and that's no shade on Brunson. But
how do you comment in this? Like, why can't I comment on the comments?
You might have to go to YouTube, and then
you're gonna have to do like a second thing.
Yeah, go to.
But when I do it, anyway, I'm just gonna talk to Travis Ryan one more time. Rose did ask to come here because he wanted to join Thibodeau and revitalize his career, and he was miserable in Detroit. He didn't ask to come here to mentor the kids. He asked to come here to get a chance to be able to play again. On a high level. But when he came to us, we were 13 or 15 games below 500 that year. The year that everybody talks about Randall carried us to the playoffs. Mm-hmm. And then Rose was actually our best player that season when we went into the playoffs.
Yeah. That's why I didn't know for
Rose
sure.
Turned that season around, definitely.
For sure.
All right, I'm done responding to Trav B. Ron.
Shout out to Trav. He's cool. He's a cool dude.
Well, Travis used to it, man. On Twitter,
Trav gets this. This is Trav all the time. I see him go to bat with people on Twitter all the time. He's very opinionated about how he feels, and he's strongly about.
Trav is like jail. He's like 52 blocks all day long with this come at him. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, but shout out to Trav. But yeah, that's me. I just feel like with the Rose situation, if he's going to be healthy enough to play, then cool. You know what I'm saying? But if he's going to be relied upon heavily, then that's going to be an issue for us going forward, because we know that he's not going to play a lot.
Yeah.
So expecting him to be our first guard off the bench and not knowing if he's going to play 60 games this season is he's
not. We know he's not going to do that. He hasn't played over 50 games, but one time in like the past 8 years.
Yeah.
I got it right here. I just pulled it up just a moment ago. It's no, that's back to Evan. My fault. Oh no. This is Rose. He hasn't played over 50 games, but one time since 2017.
Wow.
Was that Minnesota?
Yes, he played 51 games in Minnesota. Wow. That's the one time he went over 50 games. Was 51.
That's why we get
somebody here who was there, and I'm sure that was a big moment.
Oh yeah, he was crying after that game. Monty, I remember that. He was out there crying. LeBron was like, "Yo,
he went for 50 plus."
Yeah.
That was like, "Listen, man, I just want to hoop.
I just want to play ball, man. I just want to hoop."
He's like, "They don't want to go to New York."
That's to Cody's point, though. Coach said, he wants to hoop, man. So we got to try to find him another spot, because technically we got too many.
That's my point. I don't think he cares about where he go. He just want to hoop.
He just want to hoop. Yeah,
I don't think he cares about where he goes, because when he talked about it, like it was pretty open. Like it was Milwaukee was cool with him, which we have talked to Milwaukee a couple times about making the trade with them.
Yeah.
But Milwaukee was cool, Lakers was cool, Chicago was cool, Clippers was cool, Warriors was cool. Like he put a whole list of teams out there. Like, look, I'm open to any of this shit. I just want to go somewhere where I have a chance to compete for a championship. That's it. And it's not even like, I got to get out of here. Like, it ain't like that type of situation.
Right,
It was,
right.
if it's good for the team, if you can move me to help the future of your franchise and put me in a contending situation, then I'm open to that.
Right.
It's not like he went to the front office and said, look, guys, I want to win a championship. It's clearly not going to happen here. Get me somewhere where I can. It was one of those things where if this is mutually beneficial, then let's do it.
Right.
Because he's not going to screw Tibbs. At the end of the day, Rose that's Tibbs' guy. They are extremely close, and I don't think anything could break their bond if we're being honest.
So check it out. I think that just like Kaiser still said, Rose is getting heavy minutes. He's blocking IQ and McBride, but I think that Derrick Rose is the consolation prize for Thibodeau. That's why I think he's only there for Thibodeau. I don't think that he's there because I think that they said, look, we got Taj out of there. We got all these older dudes. We got Burks out of there. You can keep Rose. And because Rose doesn't really care and Rose is not out there requesting a trade, Rose is there. I think that's what he's there for. So I think as long as he's there, he is going to take minutes. But I can't say – I don't necessarily agree, Kaiser So say that Rose is blocking these guys because Rose is more productive when he is on the floor.
Rose is a top 2-3 player on our team.
That's what I'm saying.
When he's there. When he's there. Right.
Yeah, when he's healthy. Which he honestly hasn't been healthy for us since he came to us. There's been something wrong with him.
He ain't been healthy since the first time he was with the Knicks.
I think, the thing is his health, not his game, but his health puts him at a third string player. Just his health, not his game. And I think
his knees are shot.
I think he needs to be in that kind of situation. I think he needs to be in that kind of situation for a good team.
See, I try to bring it back around. He plays great with Quick.
He does play great.
You got to talk about Quick.
Yeah, talk about Quick. You got to sprinkle Quick in there every now and then.
Yeah, bring back now that we hit an hour. He plays great with Quick.
No, but I mean, we do. That was kind of like I said. It was actually in the notes. Like, what can he do to crack the starting lineup? And that's kind of either he's going to be your lead guard off the bench if we end up moving Rose, which I think if we move Rose, that is the position for Quickley. And I think that opens up Cam being able to still be here. You know what I'm saying? Because then it just opens up another guard spot that Quickley can take. And then, boom, you got, somebody on the wing that you can, fill that position with.
Well, let me throw this at you guys. Let's say, training camp starts and stuff like that. When it comes to somebody being hungry, I think IQ with his motor and with his, just watching him playing those videos that you posted, he's just one of the most hungriest, guys on the roster. So Tom Thibodeau's the guy that's running this. He likes guys that he can trust. You know what I'm saying? So Quentin Grimes, he might have gotten better as well. But if it came down to who's bringing it the most, where I could trust the most, Quickley could be that guy that could end up starting. Just based off of Tom Thibodeau. And then that just sends it down the line too, because now you alienate a bunch of other guys too, because now you got Quentin Grimes that a lot of people say should start. Cam Reddish is not starting because now you got RJ. RJ has to start at 3 now.
You're starting, yeah.
Yeah, and then Fournier's not starting, so now you done alienated a whole bunch of guys. And I think Tom Thibodeau is just one of those dudes. You don't know what he's thinking, and I think he would do something like that. Start quickly and just screw the whole damn thing up.
I don't think it's going to matter how good Quickley plays. I think he's coming off the bench with that unit. I just think they got to figure out who they're going to start.
He want to play.
I don't know, man. I think Quickley just has to continue to improve. He's the second half of the season. I think he averaged 16 points a game. Which is what you expected him to go into, especially the way the first year ended. So I have faith that Quickley can be a better player. What his ceiling would be on this team, depending on the role, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Unless he somehow becomes a outstanding 2 guard or someone that can play at that position, I'm not sure how we can get him into the starting lineup on this.
But we already mentioned that Fournier can't play defense, right? Nobody wants him to start because he's trash, 6th man of the year and all this other stuff.
He's really not that bad.
Hasn't done anything yet. Quentin Grimes hasn't done
bad.
Not as bad as we make him out to be. I mean, he's not Fournier.
I'm just saying for the sake of argument,
everybody says his motor. It's his lack of energy and effort on the floor that makes his defense look
all of that. Still bad defense. I don't care why he's bad.
Yeah,
it's bad.
Yeah, you're right.
Well,
but it's not
narrative.
I don't know. I've seen Fournier play defense in other situations. Now, last year I didn't see Fournier play
he
defense.
plays.
Well, everybody every now and again got a good flash.
The thing about Fournier, his effort, I don't ever question his effort. You know what I'm saying? There are some games where it's all right, bro, you could tell he had the ice a little bit extra the last game. But I've never seen him just be a slouch like certain guys who just don't pick up on defensive assignments.
You talking about Randall?
No, he's talking about IQ.
He said like certain guys.
No. I was talking about Randall when I said that.
He said certain guys.
But Fournier does, and that's what I'm saying. He does. His effort is there. Like you say, he plays for France. He's learned how to play team defense. And I'm gonna be honest with you, he's not the most terrible defender, but
that's what I was
him against a lot of these young guys.
But here's the problem:
it's shifted way too easy. I see it happen.
Here's the problem, though. When you got a guy that's bad on defense, somebody playing Fournier position, right? Mm-hmm. You can't tuck him in when you got somebody who's small at the one.
Right.
True.
Right.
True.
So now you got to switch. Now you got two bad defenders, or a guy who's short, and then one guy who's too slow, or motor, or whatever it may be. Now you got a good defender. You got RJ Barrett. You're gonna have RJ switch on everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or you got to have Fournier. Fournier, close out. Try to stay as close. Don't let him shoot. Fall back a little bit when he's not shooting.
I'm waiting for this to be proven. I need this to be proven. Right here.
This is Big Mike said Grimes one-on-one defense lockdown status, but like,
that's what I'm saying. I need him to
when? Like he's not done it though. Like we can say that and talk about it all we want to, but we have never seen him lock anyone down.
I don't know if he's locked down. I know he's younger. I know he got some growing to do in that position.
He ain't even that much. He's not that young though. That's the thing. Like
compared to Fournier,
he's like 5 years younger. 4 years younger.
That's a big deal in NBA times. I mean, if I had to gamble, if I'm gambling just on not on total skill, but on if I had to put somebody on defense in a situation, I'd take the guy who's 5 years younger, and it'd be, you know what I mean? But I don't know if you're gonna put him in there just because his defense. Also, I don't know. But I don't know if
Quickley as a starter was 19
over the other guys we got there.
I just know that Grimes is a better defender than Fournier. That's all I know.
We think that.
No, I've seen it. He's a better defender. He's a better defender.
It's definitely wishful thinking. I mean,
I don't know why you're so biased about his defense. That boy, but his defense is horrible, bro.
His defense.
I mean, I don't like Evan Fournier that much. If we're being honest, I just don't see the knock on him as bad. Like people talk about him like he's the worst defender in the NBA, and he's not.
I wouldn't say that.
I mean, if we're talking about team defense, he's pretty good when it comes to team defense. Right. But our team defense last year as the Knicks was so bad that he didn't have any help either. So like he's getting exposed because he's on an island nonstop. Right. And when you got guys behind you that don't care if they stop the ball or not, you really are on an island. And he's guarding a two guard. That's one of the hardest positions in basketball, two guard. And the only person behind him that might even attempt to save his ass is Mitchell. Because we know that Randall's going to watch whoever, whenever, drive straight past him because he's not going to risk doing anything that might stop him from ISO in next possession.
Right.
I mean, like, that's
he needs all his energy.
Well, that's the point I was trying to make, though, with the Fournier Grimes thing. Because, I mean, like, everybody says these things about Fournier. Grimes hasn't done it yet, so we can't say that he's going to be this if he's never done it yet. That's just wishful thinking. So, I mean, if you play those into the conversation, if RJ's not going to be the two guard where Cam is the small forward, and then now you got RJ as a two guard. What is Tibbs going to do? Is Tibbs going to say, well, all these guys, Cam, Fournier, Grimes, all these guys are question marks, so I got to go with the guy that I believe in, and that's Quickley.
I mean, if that happens, then kudos to Quickley. That means that he came in like Trav said, you know, training camp hasn't started yet. So if Quickley can go into training camp and prove to coach that he should be the starting two, then that means that the work he put in this year this summer is astronomical. Actually, I got another video of him working with Brickley. Real quick, I'm gonna throw up here.
There you go.
Yo, who is that? Oh, that's IQ, my bad.
likes
Is
it.
it just me, or does he not look very comfortable with that left hand?
I mean, he wasn't. He didn't really use it a lot for
He's
the
working
last
on it though.
2 years, but he's
Yeah,
definitely working
it's
on
good to see him working on it.
it. Yeah,
But
he's
it just
definitely
looks
working.
like robotic in a way.
Yeah, like you can see that he was working on it. You know, you kind of want to see it a little bit more fluent. You know,
That's why I'm glad he in there working on it. At least he in there
but
working on it.
yeah, I
Well,
do
That's
see
all
him
that
putting in
matters.
a lot of work.
that
This
first season,
offseason.
that dude, all he was doing was floaters. You know, so to see the bag, that's a bag that what's the name Brickley is giving him, giving a whole
Yeah.
bag. So if he
Yeah.
can implement some of that stuff into his game, then I don't know how you guard to do. Because if you're
Right.
talking about motor and just like will to play and that type of thing, he has all of that. So fixing his bag along with his jump shot and all this other stuff, and if he could calm down, you're talking about a really good basketball player, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just sent you a video of Evan Fournier defense. I want you to share.
I think I know what
Come
he
on,
said.
Dre.
There's a video going around. I don't know if that's the same one.
Hold on, let me see. I didn't even watch it yet. Hold on, let me see.
I just
I'm
took it
gonna
off the
Yeah, I think I
YouTube
know.
real quick.
I've seen this one before. Gotta play it. It's like 30
hold
seconds.
on. Yeah, it says. Hold on, let me see.
There's two clips. They had one back to back, and the other one was the second one was like Evan Fournier got to do better.
This
But
man
the
gonna
first
prove
one is
his
hilarious.
point.
Yeah, right.
I gotta see this. Because it's
Well, before you put it, we were talking about Julius Randle. Like somebody made a point in the chat or whatever. Like Julius Randle is like a terrible team defender. But if you put him on island guarding somebody and he's locked in, he could actually guard the person in front of him a little bit. But you
If
can't
he wants to.
Yeah, if he's
Yeah.
motivated or whatever,
he did that. As State says, the almighty fourth seed year. Shout out State. That was
Wait.
definitely
Almighty what?
fourth
almighty
seed.
fourth seed.
The
That's like an
almighty
old thing, man. From
That's the whole
back
thing he
when
calls it.
I mean, we're an hour and 12 minutes in. We got like 6 minutes on IQ.
Yeah, right. I mean, it's
Because there's so much going on with the Knicks. I can't wait to see what camp look like. What they saying coming out of there I want to see what the lineup is looking like. I want to see.
I want to go to camp. I want to go to a couple of those practices at training camp just to see. Because they're going to be some battles because of how the rotation is right now and so many question marks. These guys be going hard because they know just like we know. They ain't shit set in stone right now. So they're going to be in there trying to get their spots.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can be a janitor or something like that. Go clean the toilets while they're in the practice.
Like
Just
that. Let's go train some players. Let's get in there and work with them.
Like, yo, step up.
Yeah. Damn that. I'm trying to get my credentials in there. Like, yo, what's good?
Let me see if
Like, this is my tape right here. I coat. What's up? What y'all need?
You got it
All
locked.
right, so I got it. I'm not sure if it's gonna have sound.
Play it, man. You gotta see this. Cody got to see this. Cody can't leave before he see this.
Oh, my kid just woke up. I gotta go, bro.
You gotta go. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. All right, so here it is.
Yeah, he pointing at him.
He pointing at him.
Hey, yo. My man said, yo, get him. You're the only one there, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean,
hold on.
He was guarding the corner. So if he would have stopped the guy driving, then his guy would have hit the three. So
yeah, but I mean, you got to do something. Because I mean, I was always a clever defender, so you could kind of run up on the side of him so he can't pass it.
Right.
You know what I mean? But that's if your mind is wired to kind of do it that way.
Yeah, Julius Randle was stuck in quicksand though in the paint there.
And that's also it's a breakdown. Like, how's he that wide open? It wasn't.
I agree with CAA Mafia.
You know what I mean?
He said Sharon is a Hawk fan.
Yeah, man. Like either that or dude just don't watch basketball and he'd be talking about it anyway.
Well, Sherman, we was watching. I actually did a watch along for that France versus Spain game. I did a whole watch along. So he's in the chat talking about the white man and this thing. And I'm like, what? How did he even get to that? But I mean, that's Sherman. Sherman always goes off into the next thing. Like, why we're not even talking about that? How did we get to that?
So that's why he's been attacking me. I am mixed, Sherwin. Just to be honest with you, bro, I am mixed. Leave me alone.
Listen, man. So just to finish up on quick, I do think that he might be a little bit locked into being not locked in. I don't want to say locked in. I think depending on what goes on with the starters and Grimes and Evan, And if actually wants to be a starting two, you know what I'm saying?
Oh shit!
I don't know if he's going to actually get to that starting position, but I would like to see it. If he was good enough, I would love to see him in a CJ McCollum kind of role. I would love to
My
see
bad, Cap.
what happened.
Who's that?
Kaiser.
Yeah.
I think Sherwin got a poster of Randall shirtless in his house. You right. You
See
right.
Manchild? See what Manchild said?
Sherman is the kind of person who love a neighbor's kids more than his own. Yeah, y'all are wild right now. That gotta be easy.
Sherwin is dope. He's he adds a different flavor to the chat. It's definitely
He had something to it.
This
A lot of
fun.
comments, that's for sure.
Fournier led the league in points.
Well, the comments lit today, man.
Yeah.
Well,
nah, man. It's to be honest.
Well, I didn't mean to cut you off, but you forgot to put me in the stream to begin it. So I think maybe the first 5 minutes, you weren't on Die Hard Knicks.
For real?
Yeah, because I had to pop out the Twitter. I popped out the Twitter and put myself in. I don't know if you noticed that.
Oh, I didn't notice. I did not notice that. So are you in it now?
Yeah, I'm in it.
Okay. So it's
the first 5 minutes. I wasn't.
Oh
so,
shit! This
wait, did I make
really
it?
am gonna have to get up out of here.
Oh, you gotta go.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't have to yet, but it's almost
I'm coming,
midnight,
baby.
bro.
I'm coming.
I got a training session in 5 hours and 45
Yeah,
minutes.
Jasper, you talk too much. I know.
Well,
I'm
I
coming.
don't. My son does. So
Right.
Can Cody just explain what he does and stuff? Because I know him as a trainer. Some of the people in the chat knows him too, but some people might not know. So while you're here,
I mean, I just train players. That's pretty much it. Like NLE, Next Level Elite. Like that's the actual brand company that I have, whatever. But trained numerous players. I got linked up with some guys when they were at a young age. Zion Williamson's stepfather was actually my AAU coach, and that's what got me linked in with Zion at a young age. His mom, if we're being honest, his mom was more of a coach than his stepfather was. But yeah, I mean, I train players. I used to play. I played in Europe. I played in Spain. I played in a lot of places in America, small leagues, never done anything great. Tried out for a G League a couple times. Outside of that, I've just been blessed to grow up around people that actually did something with it. And now I'm trying to do something with it myself, I guess. I say now, but I've been doing this for 9 years. But obviously when Zion got drafted, that upped things and changed the landscape of things. Nebraska actually offered me the vice president of player personnel position with them just in February of this year, Nebraska University. So things are unfolding, but I'm not where I want to be yet. It's obviously up to God what I will do, but hopefully it's in his plan and will for me that I'm able to one day get onto a bench somewhere. But if that happens or not, who knows? For now, my focus is using every day to help the guys that I can help, mainly help my son, and then from there, I mean, who knows?
Well, is this your website here? The NLE Elite, is this it?
I don't have a website. No, that must be somebody else.
Well, from the NL Elite, next level Elite, is this the website? Do you know?
No, I don't have a website, so I don't know who that is.
Okay. I just googled Next Level Elite. So that's one of the
I don't have a website. We go NLE though. We don't actually go by Next Level Elite. We go by NLE. We do have a Next Level Elite in South Carolina, but I'm not associated with them at all.
Okay.
And that's who you're looking at. Yeah, that's who you're looking at right there. To be honest with you, they started up theirs about 4 years ago, and that was more of a let's piggyback off of his name tag. I know those guys, but I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm not gonna say too much about it.
I'm just trying to do my best to plug you, man, so guys can find you.
Oh yeah, man. But no, I don't even have Twitter. I don't do none of that stuff, bro. I just be chilling, to be honest with you. If you even go on my Facebook, I don't even be posting on Facebook like that. If it's
you really don't.
If it's not Knicks, I don't really even touch Facebook like that. I'm more of a hands-on and do it. Like I said, I'm lucky and fortunate and blessed to be where I am. I'm not the bragging type, I guess, is how I've always looked at it. Not that everybody that posts their work is bragging about it, but I would rather move in silence. If we're being real, I don't want to be out there like that. But as I've been told numerous times, that's what's held me back as well, is the fact that like I don't promote myself in the ways that I should. But I also don't feel like I'm where I am because of me. I'm where I am because of people that I've been fortunate to grow up around. You know what I'm saying? That's just the reality of the situation. Like I didn't like the offer from Nebraska. Me doing what I didn't get me that offer. Bryce McGowan's a player that I've trained since he was like 9 years old, being the leading scorer in the nation last year and playing for them got me that offer because they knew I was his trainer. So like that's what
he's on the Clippers now, right?
No, he's on the Hornets now. His brother Trey went to the Clippers, but yeah, Bryce was drafted 42nd overall to the Hornets this year, and which we're definitely gonna be hitting those games. But yeah, Trey went undrafted.
Down here in Charlotte, man. So hit me up, man.
Well, if I could say something though, like I tell Garden Knicks, and I tell most of the guys that I do interviews with, like you guys, whoever I'm talking to, you guys are stars. You guys don't really get it. Like from people looking at you, what you do and stuff like that, just the way you carry yourselves, like their show, and then just first time ever meeting you, so I know I can tell that you have a fire inside you for training and stuff like that. So I'm quite sure other people around you see it. So I mean, if you do get an opportunity, okay, you get an opportunity, it doesn't mean that you're going to get the opportunity. You got the opportunity because of you. Somebody opened up the door, but then you walked in. Some people open up the door and they close right in front of you. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
gotta give yourself credit for what you've been able to accomplish, man.
I appreciate that though, for real.
Yeah, definitely, bro.
Yeah, man. I want to take it. It's been a minute. Cody's been trying to get on for a while, and I haven't.
Man, y'all don't like me, man. I don't know what I did.
Stop it. I haven't done anything organized in a while, especially this summer. This summer has been real. Just all over the place. There's been a lot of stuff going on. So, finally getting it settled down and do things a little bit more structured. So, finally got to get him on. Y'all see more of him. He's been on before multiple times.
Yeah, this is like my 4th or 5th time. Yeah, 3rd or 4th time, something like that.
Tries to act like he's not liked, but he's been on here multiple times. But yeah, man, he's a good guy, and of course we're gonna have him on more often. Shout out to the chat once again, y'all have been going crazy today, and it's been dope. Y'all really been keeping us going, especially the select few. Sharon, man.
Yeah, I got to clean him Sharon because when I made that comment, whatever, we actually were talking about the Giants. He was going crazy about black head coaches and stuff like that. So that's to clear up what we were talking about.
Yeah. He pointed that out to me in the chat. He said, he said something about his sons are mixed, and I was talking about the Giants not hiring a black coach with another person on the chat. But anyway, the Hat Whisperer, man child, I appreciate y'all.
Oh, the Hat Whisperer, shout out to Dobbs. That's Dobbs from the Frozen Envelope.
Oh, that's Dobbs?
That's Dobbs, yeah.
My boy, what's good?
On, bro? How you been, man? How you been? So yeah, man, it's all family here. And I know all of these guys through the Knicks. Obviously not my brother. I was born into this.
I'm stuck with Dre, huh?
I'm stuck with him.
So Apollo, could Dre play, or was he trash?
Nah, Dre could play.
Dre, he legit. He the real deal. I can look at him and tell that.
Dre could play. Dre was if I had to compare him to somebody, he was more like, and I don't want y'all to take this the wrong way. I'll say he was more like a Gary Payton-ish kind of player. Like he defense first.
So you saying he'll never stop talking trash?
So like
that too. He passed that down to me.
What I had since I was young, I don't know what it was, but I love playing defense. So anytime I went someplace, if I went to Brooklyn, if I was in the Bronx, if somebody nice on that other team, they'd be like, Dre, get him. It was like always, Dre, get on the nicest dude. You know what I'm saying? Now it depends. If somebody was nicer than me on offense, then they shooting. If you can shoot, I'm letting you shoot. I'm not that dude.
Contact is everything, right?
I'm getting my shot. Huh?
Contact is everything. So what they were saying, yo, Drake, just stick that guy, man. Just stick him, right? That's different than, yo, man, go stick that guy. The context.
No, it ain't that. First of all, just stay on him, man. Nah, it was like if that dude got I got into fights and all of that because of my dude. Like, dude's supposed to be nice, and then I come in there. But one of the things I loved about defense is, like I always tell people, you ain't really got to stop the dude per se. You just got to distract him. I made a dude pull a hamstring. He was trying to pull like 50 moves on me. He made him pull
a hamstring.
Yeah, your dude's out of bounds. It's all they got to be is you just make them change their game. You can't. I don't like when dudes come up the court and they dribbling and be all comfortable. None of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
there was a point where how could you not be? I was playing ball every day. One of my best friends, Josh, remember his name was Jared. Me and him went all over Spring Valley. All we did was play ball. All we did was play ball. I was going to the gym. They had the gym day, this day, that day. And when we was young, you didn't have no jobs. Like basketball was like all we did.
That was it. That's all we did.
That's all we did. Especially in Spring Valley, dudes on the block had hoops. That's all we did was play ball.
Yeah,
Man,
you know, we had the hoop at the crib. You know, moms had the whole neighborhood was at
the whole neighborhood was in the backyard. Yeah,
bro,
we had
didn't have a goal, man.
We kept bringing all the dust in the house. That my mom had like the people come through, black top on the back. So it was lit once she got the black top.
Tell me y'all had the plastic on the couch too. We always had plastic on the couch.
Nah,
sticking to that motherfucker in the summer, but
nah, we got an aunt like that lived in Queens. She had the plastic on the toaster like the movies. But it was a grand toaster.
That shit going up.
Oh, okay.
But you know,
hey, but Dre just made a valuable point that I want to go back to. You said about defense, just make them do something to get out of their comfort zone.
Yeah,
that is literally the way I start every training session. If you want to make a difference on the court, make the person your guard and get out of their comfort zone.
Right,
because it's going to change the way they play the game from that point forward.
Right, because now they try to do too much. And so one thing I remember, there was one dude I went to Brooklyn, played with my boys when I was older, and they was like, Dre, get on, because this dude could shoot. He was nice, and once he saw me coming, he was like, like the dude knew, like he already knew what time. I didn't even let him get the ball. Like that's my thing. Like I'm not even letting you touch the rock like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Once you get the ball, like if you James Harden with the ball, nobody can stop you. Nobody can stop you. I could make it a little hard for you, but I'm not even trying to make it easy for you to get the ball. Now you got to run around more. If you're too lazy, you're just not gonna get.
I love that. I always embrace those opportunities though, bro, because that's what it was about. To me, it was always about the competitiveness. I was always the one talking. I always talk shit. That was one thing I always did.
The other thing I love about playing defense is that when dudes, now that you play defense on them, now if they a defender or not, now they want to play more on you. So now they overcompensate. They want to play defense on you. Now I could catch you with the cross.
You
think I'm going this way? I could poop.
So
you know what I'm saying? You hear that?
Yeah. How trash? Oh yeah, my man RBL played with me in Spring Valley. Yeah, I definitely was a trash talker, and I backed it up most of the time. You know what I mean? Like I was an offensive player.
The only person that knows is right now that can speak is Dre. So Dre, how trash was Apollo? Please.
So I'm gonna tell you.
RBL played with me as an adult. Dre didn't play with me. I
was gonna say, because when I saw the faces when Joshua was younger.
Yeah.
Joshua was coming up and all of that stuff.
I was trash when I was younger.
Yeah. I wouldn't say. Well, I mean, we all was trash at some point, but I'm not to say that you was trash. But Joshua was slow.
Yourself.
So when I was a kid, like I was always like the fastest dude. So I had a fast first step. I ain't really had to be super nice with
you. Played football. You used to play.
I played football. I played basketball. I was on the track team. All of that stuff. So I was like,
he was the man then. Huh?
Yeah, I did all of that stuff. But Joshua, when he was playing ball, I remember I went to a game and he was running slow, and I was like, run! I just remember I said again, I was like, run. And his coach looked up at me and was like, yo, you can't, my man, he doing everything he hear you say. I remember it was like one of those. I was like, let me just chill, because it was mad stuff. But then I remember
as a coach.
I remember seeing Josh when we got older. I was like, oh shit! I was like, Josh got handled, because Joshua got those long arms. Like I don't know, Joshua's what you
T-Mac, baby. T-Mac, you're 6'4".
Yo, Joshua got a long. So like when you trying to dribble,
look, RBO, no. You know,
Josh,
super trash talk.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be able to tell by me on the show, but I like I said, I back it up.
You on your Larry Bird shit talking about
Joshua had handle, and then he developed that jump shot.
Like some Larry Bird shit.
I remember I looked at
we grew up, there wasn't no trash talking.
Joshua,
I grew up in the rap. You say too much, you ain't going home that night. It was rough where I grew up at, bro. Like,
no. In that sense,
we didn't have a goal. Yeah,
but
like we didn't have a court.
But
we'd walk a mile every day just to get to the court. Well, it was a mile each way, so really it's 2 miles. And he was a young cat too, because when I was like 13, DeAndre was probably like 6, 7 years old, and we walking like we ain't had no choice. It wasn't like our parents were gonna be around to take us. You know what I'm saying? So like we had to do what we was doing, man. DeAndre Hopkins, without that dude, I don't know where I'd be right now, because I mean, him being young and me having to be around him and shit, and really even what happened to his mom, you know what I'm saying? Like that impacted my life so much because it kept me out of the streets. You know what I'm saying? Like I seen at a young age what could happen if you take the wrong route. So like I stayed away from that shit, and he did too. And now look at him. I mean, he 48 million. I'm from Clemson, South Carolina.
Okay.
But I grew up on the outskirts of it, not where the university is and all pretty, man. You get 500 feet, 1,000 feet away from that university, that look changed quick.
Yeah. I've been down there for sure, and I know for a fact.
Shit
And
ain't
actually,
no
I
joke.
think it was
We had like 13 murders this weekend. Weekend ain't even over yet.
No, but it's funny. I think we went there for I think it was a Gamecocks versus Clemson game.
Oh, those are live, bro.
Those are always the craziest because that's they're rivals. So
what is it
Cody
about
knows.
universities though? Because I mean, usually the universities you got the campus, like the college town, and then right outside the college town is like about it. As soon as you leave the thing, you hear
right outside. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, technically, I'm from
Atlantic
Central.
City. You get off the boardwalk, go one avenue over. You like this? Oh, we in a hood.
Yeah, Atlantic City.
Yeah, it happened fast, bro. It happened real fast. That's like DeAndre's mom, man. Like,
we gotta send some good ones out there for him.
DeAndre's mom was chilling at her house. Her boyfriend was actually cheating on her with another girl. She go to confront the chick about it. Actually, she went to confront the dude about the shit. The chick mixes up some shit, which you can look this up. They're actually making a movie about it. LeBron James is a producer of the movie, and I'm gonna be in it and shit, just in a small role. But dude or the lady had mixed up some shit like Clorox. They call it like red eye or something like that, but it burned her face and blinded her. Like, you can look this shit up. Like, ESPN actually did a cover story on it just a couple of years ago, but she mixed this concoction of shit up, threw it in her face, and like it legit melted her face off.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Like acid reaction.
Yeah, it's all over a dude. That was on. It actually happened on my birthday in 1999, or it might have been 2000, because I think it was my 13th birthday that shit happened on. But like, yeah, bro, like that right there, because I had just started going to high school at Daniel, and I mean, my parents got me up out of there when that happened. They moved me to a whole different school. Like, I mean,
I have my son get blinded out here.
I mean, it's that's probably the best move your parents made. It's the same thing. Like I say with Dre and I, like I think one of the best moves moms ever made was getting us out of where we was at and moving us up to Spring Valley, especially just because of the influence we probably would have had where we was in Harlem. So, what I mean? Not to say that we would end up bad dudes, but sometimes you never know. Just being there could, you never know what kind of situation you can end up in.
I mean, it ain't even got to be you, bro. Like, I've had
exactly.
Like one of my closest friends standing in line at a club. I mean, this is one of them dudes like do everything by the book. Like, he ain't breaking no laws. He ain't even gonna disrespect somebody. He just standing there chilling, waiting to get in the club. Somebody ride by, shoot the line up, and boom, he gone, just like that.
Yep, just like that.
Like, it don't take nothing. Like, my godson was murdered in 2015 by his own mother. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't take nothing. Like, shit crazy. My niece was murdered in February this year. Like, shit ain't no joke out here, man. Like, and people don't get that. They think it's all fun and games. They see the shit on TV and they talking about, it was probably they were doing something wrong. They deserved it. This and that shit. Like, nah, that ain't always the case.
Yeah, social media people are quick to say that kind of shit. Like, oh, you never, they deserved it. They must have did something that you never can speak on that. Yeah,
it's always pointing a finger. It's never rationalizing and sitting down and trying to understand. Like, I tell people all the time, I'm a product of my environment. I made it, but my environment is how I made it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you put me anywhere else, you put me in a silver spoon family, I'm probably not going to be where I am today. You know what I'm saying? Like, the whole landscape would be different. But my kids will never know what I felt like as a kid growing up. They'll never know that fear of having to walk down the street. You know what I'm saying? And granted, like, my complexion might not show it, but the group of people that I was with, the attention that they received from police and everything, I mean, like, and me living in the South too, like, you couldn't just go to the store and buy a drink and a candy bar and walk back home. Like, we getting harassed. You know what I'm saying? Like, everywhere we go, we getting stopped by the cops. We getting harassed by some redneck ass motherfuckers. Like, it's always some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I tell my kids all the time, y'all don't realize how lucky you got it because I have taken you out of that situation. You know what I'm saying? There's people every single day that are legit scared to walk to the bus stop because they don't know what's going to happen to them from here to there. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, man, it is what it is, I guess. That's a whole nother subject.
Yeah. What are you saying, Ebru?
Well, from my perspective too, we always got our head on a swivel now because of what we've been through going on. So we like this, and our kids are just like we just like it's life is not like that, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And you just worry about them so much that hopefully that they never come across the things that we came across because they're not ready. They're really not ready. It's gonna be a culture.
But if y'all don't fuck with these, y'all need to be fucking with these.
Body armor. I'm not gonna lie.
Body armor. Get it, my boys. We need some sponsors. Get it, my boys. I know y'all gonna see this shit on YouTube.
when Kristaps Porzingis was promoting it when he was a Knick. I was like, oh,
Man.
and ever since he left, I haven't drank it. But
That Mamba,
Body
the
armor
Kobe
drink?
Bryant flavor,
yeah, the
yeah,
body armor drink.
the
he
Mamba
was-
flavor is dope.
So
Yeah, Kobe got his own flavor. It's called Mamba Mentality. It's weird as fuck. It tastes like communion juice, the shit you have to drink at church. But it's not bad though. It's like grape and I want to say strawberry and grape.
Yo, that is some funny shit because it does
Communion
taste
juice.
like that, man. It does
It
taste
does
like
like communion juice. I don't even know what you call it. I think it's like
communion juice.
what is it?
Y'all ever been to
man?
It's supposed to be wine, but communion
You guys
juice.
Catholic?
It's supposed to be wine.
I went to Catholic school my whole life.
It's not wine. It's not wine.
It's communion
Yeah.
juice.
Yeah, it's something
It's
else.
like that red wine type of shit. But yeah, communion.
It ain't
juice
Roach's
back-
grape. It's some I don't know what it is. Jesus, like you said, it's the Jesus
So-
juice or something. I don't know what it is.
To wrap it
We
back
need-
up, today was Sunday, so I'm sure Quickley was at church and had communion today somewhere.
And his name is Immanuel.
And his name is Immanuel. So I'm sure he was, he's
Manny
he's a-
Quick,
he's
right?
a-
Right, Dre.
Right, I was
Manny.
just gonna say, Eru,
Manny
we came
Quick.
up with the nickname for him, Manny Quick. Like he was like, why nobody
Manny
call him
Quick.
Manny? I was like, they call him Quick. He was like, Manny Quick.
Manny
There you
Quick.
go, that's the new nick, Manny Quick. I'm gonna go to the game, be like, Manny Quick, let him know. He gonna be like this. Yo, I like that.
That's gonna be his new mixtape.
His
Manny
name
Quick.
is Manny Quick.
Manny Quick. You notice how I pointed up because
Yeah,
I'm be all the way up there. He gonna be like, I like that. I'm like,
Stupid.
you know what I'm saying?
He gonna be like Manny Quick.
Yo, Manny Quick.
Oh
Like,
man.
who's fucking
Anyway,
saying that? Like, where that coming from?
I thank y'all for being here. We had a lot of people in here.
Yeah, we had a good time.
Hit that like and subscribe. I know this is another segment of the God or Die show, as we like to call it. It's the half of God of Knicks and my man Eru Die Hard Knicks podcast. So this is something that we're gonna continue to try to keep going. As long as we possibly can. Eru comes up with these great ideas to get some more content out there for you guys, and he's dealt with it. He's dealt with
At
it.
least until the season starts. Because once the season starts,
Yeah.
and the game starts, and all that stuff, it's gonna go crazy out there.
It's gonna get crazy. It's gonna be mainly, just covering the games, and it's gonna be hard to get all these other shows in between that. It's usually like that. But we got some breaks here and there. We had some 3-day breaks and holiday breaks and all-star breaks to get some other stuff in there. But listen, we definitely will try to keep some more stuff going. Training camp is right around the corner. When is the official date of training camp? You guys know?
I got it right here actually.
Starting like 2 weeks, something like that.
Something like that. I know it's towards the beginning of October. Let me see.
It's September 24th. Training camp opens for holy cow. Training camp opens for all teams participating in preseason.
What?
That's on September 24th.
Like, oh,
That's Saturday. It's not Friday. Saturday?
RBL talking about good Lakers.
Today's the
Oh,
19th.
Lakers.
That's 5 days.
He's a Laker fan. He supports. Shout out to RBL because he's actually not a Knicks fan, but he's here. He's on every show. He's in the
Hey.
comments for the entire time.
Maybe I know RBL.
He showed. Huh?
I know RBL. He said he in Spring Valley.
You probably seen him around. I think you definitely seen him around before.
Well,
You definitely
this
seen
right
him
here is
around
from the
before.
NBA.com website. So it says training camp opens on the 27th. But let me scroll up a little bit. It says, what I just said about the 24th training camp opens for all teams participating in preseason games in North America.
Outside
of
North
North America. Are we going? Don't we have a game that's up in
Toronto? No.
There's some
Canada?
European games coming. There's some European games.
we had like a couple Europe, like in Europe or something.
Wow. So, long story short, before the end of this month, training camp starts. What's that day? It's officially September 27th, which is next Tuesday.
Yo, that is nuts, bro. Because it's like the night right now is we go crossed over to the next day. It's the 19th, yo.
It's the 19th.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah. Speaking of crossover to the next day, it's 12:08, and we've been on here
Yeah,
for an hour
you
and
got me
40
on here
minutes.
for almost 2 hours. My wife over here.
Yeah, I know, bro. Talking about it's gonna be quick. I ain't took a shower yet.
Nah, I thought it was gonna be
yet.
quick, man. I tried.
Man,
I
I
really
ain't
thought it was
smoked nothing yet.
It was supposed
Listen.
to be quick, but we really didn't talk too
Julian,
much
we
about it.
appreciate
Yeah, it's supposed to be Manny quick, but we ain't talk about him.
Yeah.
But
Manny Quick. But
Hey,
you know,
we can come back tomorrow night.
listen, We could do this and as long as we possibly can. Appreciate the chat. Hit the like,
for real. The chat was on fire tonight.
Yeah, man. I love it. Man. I appreciate all of y'all for coming out and staying rocking with us until past 12 o'clock. Y'all got any last words? And Dre, Eru, Cody?
Nah, man. Stay up. Next tape till I die. That's it.
Yeah,
of course.
Culture. God damn it. Support the culture. Nick's
Oh
culture.
yeah, go Cowboys too. Bad too. We squeaked that out, man. We squeaked that one out.
Hey, you see the Giants is 2-0.
Hey, well, I ain't worried about the Giants.
We're not gonna talk about the Giants team.
Giants is 2-0, baby. You see the Jets gotta win today too. Come on, New York.
The Cowboys.
I'm happy for New York.
I didn't even know Jets still had a team.
But
Jets still got a football team?
You ain't know the Jets still had a team.
The Cowboys haven't won.
Marco is the quarterback too.
Man, Cowboys ain't won my whole damn life. Oh, my bad. We actually got 3 Super Bowls in my life.
I was gonna say, yeah.
There we go. Now that was a little flex. I seen what he did there. That was cool.
I see what you like. $5 hits the blue tops.
Listen, I'm not mad at him because I was Dre and I both was big Emmitt Smith fans. So I give you
we were
that.
Dallas Cowboy fans when they won.
Surprisingly, I'm not an Emmitt Smith fan, bro. I don't like that he left us. Loyalty is too important to me. $1 million would not break my loyalty. But
he was always my favorite player for one reason, and that's because I was born on January 22nd. His number was 22, so I was like, oh, Emmitt Smith. That's it.
That's why I rock with Ray Allen. And he's from South Carolina, but Ray Allen and me got the same birthday. So as soon as I learned that, that was my guy his whole career. I rock with Ray Allen hard. Yeah,
I was a Tracy McGrady fan, and Kobe dropped 81 on my birthday. So
I love T-Mac too, but T-Mac was one of my favorites.
Yeah, Kobe dropped 81 on my birthday, just because of that. So I still got to get that.
Wild.
Kobe left that present for me too. So yeah.
He said, "Here we go, the Cowgirls." Hey, bro, we beat the Bengals. I don't care. Nah, but listen, I'm one of the realest when it comes to the Cowboys, man. We trash. I know it. It is what it is, but we won today. Damn it.
Yeah.
Cooper Rush at quarterback.
That's kind of why I'm not even jumping on the Giants right now because I don't know how the hell y'all got that win last week, but I'm gonna give y'all the credit for that.
Today was another one though. Today was another
shock. Today was another shock. I mean,
kid really did wake up this time.
You gotta go. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, fellas. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all have a good one.
Nice to meet you, brother.
Be easy, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, peace. So yeah, big Panthers fan myself. So watching that game, it's this Baker experiment. I don't think it's gonna last long. But I don't know what the hell we're gonna do. I'm not even expecting anything from this team. Christian McCaffrey is on injury reserve by the end of the year every year. So hopefully y'all, my New York teams can take it as far as y'all can. I don't know how tough the season's gonna get for y'all, but keep getting them dubs. You know what I'm saying? I wish we'd have got that dub today, so I can carry that. That'd have been the only one I cared about this whole entire season. But
I'm glad that it went. Now I know you're a Panthers fan. The hell with that shit, man. He gonna let you have it every single time.
I tell you, that boy, he all mixed up. He don't know what he want to do. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, like I said, I was a big Musa Muhammad fan, and then I just stuck with him. So
at least you got the right hat on. You got the right hat on today. So
of course. I would never. You never catch me rocking a Panthers hat. As much as I'm a fan, I would never rock a Panthers hat. Never, ever. I don't even think I'd wear a football hat. Keep it real with you. I don't like football hats. It's weird. But anyway, that's all we got. Appreciate y'all for coming out tonight. We had a bunch of people at one point. We had a bunch of, I don't even know the number of people we had watching. But thank y'all for coming out and showing love. And this is, like I said, another good segment of the Gotta Die show. And until next time, man, y'all have a good one. Peace.
All right.